best preserved example of an ancient Roman monumental building that we have. This was built by Marcus Agrippa, son of Lucius, who was the consul for the third time. But they're not entirely sure that everything was built by Agrippa. In fact, most of it is attributed to Hadrian's time. And these pillars of granite actually came from Egypt. They were mined in the east of Egypt as whole chunks of granite. And then they were dragged to the River Nile and then sent across the Mediterranean, pulled along canals up towards Rome. Can you imagine getting those things all the way from ancient Egypt? In about 600 AD, the Roman Catholic Church got hold of it, the Pope, and they removed all the pagan filth, as they called it, and turned it into a church. But that's why it's survived to this day, because it's always been used. At one time there used to be statues on the top. I guess that was all part of the pagan filth. Wow, incredible building. It's a great place to have a cup of coffee, overlooking the Pantheon. The inside is just incredible. This is all natural lighting. It's almost 2,000 years since this was built, and it's still the world's largest unreinforced concrete dome. 2,000 years. It looks so modern. Not entirely sure why it was called the Pantheon. Not necessarily a temple to all the gods. In fact, some historians have said that it might have been called the Pantheon because this just looks like heaven, this domed ceiling. Everything inside is due to the church. The Roman Catholic Church has done all this. It's an incredible fusion of the old and the new. They still hold masses here every Sunday. Still a church. St. Mary and the Martyrs. The height from the centre point there up to the oculus at the top is 43 point something meters, and that's exactly the same as the diameter of the inner circle here from one side to the other. Everybody wants to stand in the middle. Rome is amazing. You just walk down anywhere really and you come to something like this. This is Trajan's column. Eternal City is right. There is history everywhere you look, everywhere you go. Almost every piece of this could be put in a museum. The ancient Romans couldn't have gone anywhere else in the world after living in Rome without thinking it inferior. There's so much history here of different periods in history, all mixed up together. They certainly helped themselves to their fair share of Egyptian obelisks. This really beats everything I've seen before in terms of civic centres and magnificent buildings. It's astonishing. like it's actually pretty civilized and nothing like as bad as I'd been led to believe. I mean, the cars don't go that fast. They slow down if there's anybody on the crossings. I should think more accidents happen mainly because people are looking at all these amazing monuments as they're crossing the road. Food here is absolutely delicious and very good value as well. Lasagna with Italian beer. I love the way they've named all these dishes after rock stars. Brilliant. The guy who runs this place is really nice. Just giving me some free wine. Can't recommend this place enough. Very nice guy. It's just on the steps leading down to the theatre of somebody. You will find it just here, halfway up the steps leading down to the theatre of Marcello place on the left side. Fantastic. See how the rest of the world gets its ideas for design from Rome. Copied all over the world. I can't believe it, there's more. This is Republica. And this curved sort of circular, semicircular building has been also copied all over the world. You run out of superlatives